approaching Dounousa, and you can see the high peak up there. That clouds that they just form right over the peak and then they dissipate. We explore what's
We stumbled upon another wonderfully rustic and unique island with Dounousa. We hope you agree. Hi, I'm Karen, and my husband is Tom. Welcome to Life 4.0, where we share our experiences of living aboard Sea Rose, our 44-foot sailboat, while we travel together to new and exciting destinations. We spend about half of each year on our sailboat and the rest enjoying land-based living and exploration with a home based in the northeast of the United States. We hope you enjoy our Life 4.0 as you think about shaping your own. There is only one go at this thing called life. Make the most of it. We've been in Greece for 2.5 weeks now, underway on Sea Rose for almost 2 weeks. We feel very lucky to have had the time to explore Archangelos, Aegean, Samos, Fornoy, Archi, and Patmos. But now it is time to head west. Our original plans for this summer, if the pandemic hadn't happened, was to move at a pretty quick pace westbound across the entire Mediterranean, touching on a couple of places we haven't yet visited, like Malta, the south and west areas of Sicily, and southwestern Spain, before exiting through the Strait of Gibraltar. We would then head north along Portugal, then Spain, and end somewhere in France, Belgium, or the Netherlands. We have our hearts set on joining the World Cruising Club Baltic Arc Rally, which runs a 6-week guided event every 2 years throughout the wonderful sites in and around the Baltic Sea. Their next scheduled rally is for next summer. This summer was to be all about positioning Sea Rose to be able to participate. The current restrictions on human movement due to the COVID-19 pandemic are loose between the Greek islands. However, we're not able to get clear information about leaving Greece and entering, say, Italy. Some sources indicate that it should soon be allowed. Some are much less clear, and there isn't a vast community of sailors yet who are moving and sharing their experiences. So, given our late start and the uncertainty of checking in and out of various countries, we are taking time to explore the waters that we are in. We'll keep checking country restrictions, and we may ultimately move further west, but we aren't likely to make it to the northwest corner of France. Not this summer, anyway.
So you can see on the chart plotter there's all these AIS targets that are ships passing through here. We're on a passage between Patmos and Dounousa, and it seems like it's a real thoroughfare. We're not sure if it's tankers coming out of the Suez and up into sort of the Aegean and maybe up to the Black Sea or what, but
I would say it's probably the Black Sea.
see a little better there. Got about an hour to go to get to Dounousa, and so we're hard against the wind here. We just rolled out a reef on the jib, so the jib is unreefed. Still got a reef in the main. 17 knots of wind there. So I'm just trying to hold our course over ground so we make the island okay. We're definitely got a header, steadily getting headers in the last couple hours since the wind came up, and lots of seas. I just want to look like too much on the camera, but Every once in a while we get these big swells that roll in and slap against the boat and spray the cockpit, or at least the foredeck. So, but we're making good progress, although it's just always a challenge going close hauled into rough seas. And the boat hits a big wave, it slows down a lot, and then it takes a while for the momentum to come back. But she's sailing well. Alright, we're approaching Dounousa, and you can see the high peak up there. And that clouds that they just form right over the peak and then they dissipate with the high winds. And we've been watching that sort of cloud's been visible for quite a long time. We weren't sure if it was just a cloud or whether it was marking the land, and indeed as we got closer you could see that it was marking the high peak there. So a good marker for if you have to find your way and try to determine what island you're headed to. So very mountainous here, very steep. There's a road, it looks like it's cut across. And the rumor is that there's a bus that goes from this little anchorage hamlet, whatever you want to call it. I think there's one taverna here. And we're guessing that we're going to be the only boat here. Yeah, that looks really neat, that cave right there.
Once anchored, we headed ashore. While the village is tiny, it seems lots of people either drive or take the bus over here from the more developed opposite side of the island. People always enjoy a remote harbor, and beautiful swimming coves have to be an attraction here as well. Still, we were shocked to see a packed restaurant. Of course, we had to try it for ourselves. At one point during the leisurely dinner, we heard a serious commotion with a family of young girls. Apparently, the elder's flip-flop had been blown into the water while she was watching her sister on the beach. The treasured shoe was nowhere to be seen, and tears were flowing. Tom, always wanting to help, offered to take the mom and daughter on a tour of the harbor to see if the flip-flop could be sighted. Unfortunately, they didn't have success, but he felt good for trying. In the morning, Tom went ashore for a run while we allowed the sun to get higher in the sky to illuminate our snorkeling.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow. This morning has so clear a light as any to see the horizon in the far.
Since we had wetsuits on, we were able to get a bit closer to the jellyfish, and we had the good luck of catching sight of their long tentacles.
And when I feel the wind on my face,
these creatures are as beautiful as they are mysterious. If only they didn't sting.
that ever was is a rage. Today and not tomorrow.
some of the steep cliffs on the sort of south side of Dounousa. We're going to round the southern point here and then head across to Naxos. Another blustery day. We're out leaving Dounousa and heading to Naxos. And just looking at the wind gauge, we got steady 25, 26, 27 knots of true wind. So it's a little hectic. Lots of whitecaps, sea spray. We're just leaving the southern tip of Dounousa up there. And we do get this kind of compression effect close to land like that. Got 2 reefs in the jib, 3 reefs in the main. The main's there's barely anything to the mainsail at all. So it's going pretty well. It's a little more wind than we expected, but that's the way it goes. We're sailing about 70 degrees apparent wind angle, so at least it's a little better than yesterday where we were pretty much close hauled for most of the journey, and that's a lot tougher into the waves.
This relatively new fishing harbor on the southern coast of Naxos was the perfect rest stop for us. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to our channel and click on the bell to get notified of new videos. The following day, we had a near-perfect 40-mile sail in the more protected waters that are just south of Paros, Antiparos, and Sifnos as we made our way to Milos. This completed our westbound journey from Patmos, and we'll be able to stay closer by for a little bit. We've heard wonderful things about Milos and the surrounding islands, so we'll be poking our bow into coves around here for several days.
Today is a good day today.
You really don't want to miss our next video as we explore the incredible geology that makes Milos what it is. Thanks for watching.